generic and repetitive, off-putting, not satisfying, AI personas talking about sensitive topics. At least now there's a little more clarity for folks to know what not to do.
Finally, YouTube has responded on their inauthentic content policy.
There's no change in our underlying policy at all.
They explained it, and it covers three main parts, which we are also going to look at today. One is the AI aspect, and so you will know which content to create with AI and what not to create with AI if you don't want your channel to be demonetized. Also, they spoke about the generic and repetitive content. We will look at that. And the last one, which is the off-putting, which they also call distressing content. If this is the first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. Let's get in. Matt from YouTube was invited on Creator Insider, and then they had a chat. There he explained exactly what inauthentic content was, and he stated clearly that the policies of YouTube hasn't been changed. So some are asking, the off-putting, we just started seeing it. What is it then? He said it has been put in clear terms for we the creators to understand. What did he say off-putting content was?
Unsatisfying or off-putting. And maybe we give an example. Yeah. It's like some of these videos you see and they show an animal in distress. We see the same thing with putting minors in distressing situations.
Basically, he's saying that off-putting content are content that are not pleasing to the audience. A content that is putting the audience in distress. And he gave the example. So you, the animal lovers, when you see an animal going through distress or suffering, it's something that might look unpleasant to you. It's uncomfortable. Aside that, any other content that can cause trouble to the viewer feel uncomfortable to watch, these kind of contents are not allowed on the channel. And he even said it that
they might want to see it once, or they might follow the end of the video, but they don't want to see it over and over again. And so if we have channels that are doing that, we'll remove them from YP.
So YouTube is not willing to show such content and be paying for it. Therefore, they will just demonetize you. They are also concerned about how satisfied the audience are. And that is why they are always bringing this update to try to protect their audience. Because at the end of the day, you, the creator, you are there for money. Audience are the ones keeping both sides going. So they are well concerned about how to preserve their platform. Nobody is against this policy, but I think the way it is enforced is not fair. I have seen videos where they are saying they wrote something and later they brought this explanation later. But if maybe they wrote inauthentic content and later they brought that off-putting content, inauthentic content is just a general name which covers a lot of policies, all right? So if they gave you that general name and later they clarified why, that is clear. You are lucky to have the main reason why it was demonetized, all right? So the second one they spoke about was the repetitive and the generic content. And the repetitive and generic content, as the name says, content being created looking similar.
Generic and repetitive, like content that is sort of the same and repetitive. It's made with templates and there's not much variation from video to video. Like that is not something that our viewers wish to see a lot of, and that we want to provide an incentive for people to make, and therefore we don't want it.
When you have a template created, just use it and then be creating your videos every day. So from video 1 to video 5, all of them look similar, all right? Slight changes, maybe 1 or 2 aspects of the video changed, the rest are the same. That is why they have issue with your channel. They feel like you're not putting the effort to make these videos better. And truly, they are saying that audience will not love it because they keep seeing the same thing and look familiar. It doesn't keep them on the platform. Remember that YouTube is always focused on how to keep more people on their platform, because that is their objective, and that is what keeps them going. Anything not supporting this objective will not be supported. But I've seen that sometimes people get demonetized and they mention these policies on your channel. If you look at it, it is not actually true. Sometimes it's a mistake, but it becomes difficult to even reach out to YouTube sometimes to even express yourself when your channel is taken down without giving you the chance to even appeal and all that. It becomes difficult for you to reach them. Sometimes I think the only way is to just write to them through Twitter. You just tag them and write whatever you have and just pray maybe they respond, which sincerely, this kind of big platform, I don't believe that should be the only way out.
Here, let me show you how to make that, and then you'll get in and make a bunch of money in YPP. And it's like, if there's already a bunch of it out there, making the next one or the next channel that's making all the same kind of stuff is just, it's generic, it's repetitive, and there's just too little variation and creativity within the channel, then the channel won't end up staying in YPP or won't get in the first place.
So let's move on to the last one, which is the AI persona, like he said.
AI personas.
So YouTube is clear here. They don't want you to stop using AI, but they don't also want you to use AI to create bad content. They used to say we are producing mass content. But I don't see they actually have a problem with you creating a lot of content.
And in the past, we've looked at, mass production is usually kind of content farming. Now, AI can actually allow people to make a lot of videos. Sometimes those videos are great, leveraging these tools, and it really enhances creativity, and you can create a higher volume of high quality content that we want to encourage and have in YPP.
But the quality is what they are bothered about.
Also, one thing I would say is that we're agnostic to what any tools that are used to create the content. Like if you make it with Gen AI, great. If you make it without Gen AI, that's great too. Or any other tools in there. Our policies are independent of how the content is made.
He mentioned clearly that 3 contents that you shouldn't create with AI if you don't want your channel to be demonetized. Why? Because these content are very sensitive, and we want to see who is behind this. Can we trust what this person is saying? One is what? The health content. So you shouldn't create the health content just with AI like that. He said that.
And if they're talking about sensitive topics, so like AI personas may be fine overall, but if you have AI personas that are talking about finance or legal issues or healthcare, medical issues, we don't want to provide an incentive for that right now either. And so any of those 3 buckets are things that we will not allow into YPP if a channel has too much of those.
Because we can just go to the internet, get this information, just come and then use AI to say anything that we want to say, be it true, be it false. Nobody knows. You can verify this info later. Some might not even do that, and they'll just believe it and take it. At the end of the day, who are they going to hold responsible? So they are trying to make sure that such sensitive talks are made by people who they can see, who they can trust, who have the credibility, not just anybody. And I think it is fair. This is something that they are doing to protect the public, just not just their audience, but the public in general, because videos from YouTube go to other platforms. Okay, so it's not just YouTube protecting YouTube only, but human in general. And also, such professions are being protected. If you don't do that, some might end up losing their credibility, and it's not necessary, right? The policy is not a problem. Policies are clear. The policies are very clear. But the problem here is how they enforce them. How will you tell me you are just demonetizing my channel? Sometimes you don't give me the chance to even appeal. Sometimes you do. Sometimes automatically your channel will just lose it. And it's sad. They should make a way that we can easily reach out to YouTube. Not like the long process that takes forever to even respond. Please, the way you enforce them, you are using AI as well. And I believe this AI has issues, like he said.
And sometimes we make mistakes. And so there's an appeal avenue. For creators, they have 21 days to appeal a suspension decision.
But if you are not given such opportunity, what do? That is where it becomes difficult. You have to be tagging YouTube on Twitter to just speak your mind and hope they come to reply or not. So AI itself is not the problem. What you are creating with AI is the problem. Know what to create with AI. After this video, it is clear. Legal issues, health issues, and finance issues, you shouldn't touch them with AI. Just forget about these ones if you want peace of mind. But I've seen people having issues with drama videos, which was not addressed in this video. But at the end of the day, I think there's more to that story, and either it was a mistake or indeed the person made a particular mistake that the person refuses to admit. Therefore, this is all YouTube has for you, and I believe everything is clear now. So don't be scared. Go out there and create. You know the rules now. You know what to do and what not to do. See you, creators out there. Bye.